card is filled in. Which of these warriors will prove their strength to the world?
Welcome to Versus, a review and comparison between both NBA Live 18 and NBA 2K18. My name is Joshua Envyerz, and after a huge positive response on both of these videos I've done in the past revolving around these games, I'm here to do it again, hopefully bigger and better than ever. It's going to be hard topping the most viewed video of NBA Live 16 entire existence, so EA Sports, if you could show me a little love, that'd be greatly appreciated. Fly me out to your next event. 2K, you too. So without further ado, here's how we're going to break it down. We have 5 main categories: presentation, graphics, gameplay, game modes, and customization, plus a whole bunch of little things as well that don't necessarily fit under these 5 main topics. At the end of the video, we'll be adding up what game does what the best a part of these 5 topics, and ultimately let you, the viewer, decide which game you prefer. So let's get started with the first topic at hand, and that topic is the presentation. This one's kind of a no-brainer. When you look at NBA Live 18's presentation with the ESPN scoreboard, compared to the 2K generic stuff that they use each and every single year without seeming to care to upgrade it, hands down NBA Live 18 takes the presentation award away. I was streaming NBA 2K18 on Twitch at Envyerz, link in the description if you want to follow me, and a friend who doesn't even watch basketball said, "This looks ugly, why is it so cartoony?" While the next day, I streamed NBA Live 18, the same friend came in, doesn't know anything about basketball, and said, "Wow, this game looks really good compared to the other game you were playing yesterday." So from an outsider looking in, NBA Live is more appealing than NBA 2K when it comes to presentation, and I have to agree. As a fan of both NBA Live and 2K, and as someone who's played both games, the ESPN format is downright gorgeous. 2K seems like they're trying to go to the TNT format, and if they are able to do that and bring in Charles Barkley in the booth, they would be right up there, if not better, than NBA Live 18's presentation. But until they do something about it, we're just going to keep skipping David Aldridge's cutscenes every time he opens his mouth.
David, good evening. Well, guys, and that's how Russ has always been, DA, a high motor player who leaves it all out.
The graphics. Presentation and graphics go hand in hand. Both NBA Live 18 and NBA 2K18 are visually pleasing on the surface. But once you take a deeper look, a closer look with the action replays, and you play the game over and over again, you start paying attention to the little details about the game. Personally, a lot of the face scans in NBA 2K18 are more accurate compared to the NBA Live 18 face scans. You ever stumble across a picture of a female on social media and you're like, wow, okay, she looks nice. But then you stumble across another picture and you realize it's just an angle? That's kind of what NBA Live does. The still images they released for NBA Live, it's like having a filter on it or something. It just doesn't look that way in game. The facial animations, when they start moving and the players start moving, it doesn't look as solid as those still images, to say the least. 2K on the other hand, it's pretty much what you see is what you get in the actual game. Graphics aren't everything, but in the graphics department, I definitely have to give the edge to NBA 2K. What's more important than the graphics is the gameplay. You need the gameplay to be smooth, solid, and responsive to be able to enjoy the game. It doesn't really matter how ugly a game looks and graphically if it's pleasing. If the gameplay is broke, no one's gonna want to be playing your game. And let's all admit this. When we are comparing NBA Live and NBA 2K, comparing the way both these games feel, comparing the way both these games handle, NBA Live is the much more stiffed product. By that I mean there's just something wrong with NBA Live's 18's gameplay. Now, don't get me wrong, they've made huge improvements from where they originally started back in NBA Live 14. If you guys played that game, it was probably one of the worst sports games ever. But in Live 18, it's like sometimes their chest doesn't move. When they're shooting free throws, it's always like their torso area that looks weird and stiff. And I feel like that problem alone is making the entire game feel more stiff than it actually is. In NBA 2K18 and even in real life, in real basketball, there's people that dribble normally, there's people that dribble high, and there's also people that dribble low. In NBA Live, it's all the same. There's really no dribble difference. Both games have nice handles when it comes to having a playmaking point guard. but NBA 2K18 is probably the best in the series when it comes to dribbling. The dribbling mechanics in NBA 2K18 are far better than what they were in 2K17 and 2K16. Live 18's dribbling mechanics are okay, but once again, we're comparing both these games to each other. It's not up to the standard of 2K. You know what else isn't really polished is the NBA Live 18 shooting formation. It seems like everything goes in the basket in this game. And if it doesn't so happen to go in the basket, it just thuds off the rim and makes no effect whatsoever. Yes, you can make both difficult and contested shots in 2K and Live, but I feel like you make more of them in NBA Live. When it comes to clanking off the rim, I feel like the ball actually has bounce and goes in a direction that you're shooting in rather than just falling straight to the floor sometimes like NBA Live does. Now when it comes to layups, the other form of scoring buckets in NBA games, NBA Live has a much more smooth layup system. These layups actually look like in-game layups. Real life NBA players tend to make most of their open layups, unless your name's Brandon Knight. You probably miss a couple of those. In NBA Live 18, you do that as well. However, in NBA 2K18, there's a lot of missed layups going on the day one patch. Mind you, this could easily be patched in future updates that they do to the game, but as of right now, day one of recording this, a lot of people are missing open layups in NBA 2K18, and as of right now, the animation in Live is better than the animation in 2K. I feel like that's the one category, the one subcategory Live has over 2K is layups. We talked a lot about the offensive end in both games. Now let's talk about the defensive end, and I got a bone to pick with NBA Live 18's defense system. Because one, I absolutely love it, and the other, I absolutely hate it. In NBA Live 18, there's a little indicator on your screen. It's a little arrow. It turns, I believe it's white, green, and red. Green means you're doing good, red means you're not. And although it's a super simple feature, it adds a whole lot more depth to the defensive side of playing NBA Live 18. But what takes away from this amazing feature that 2K will probably have in future games down the line is the holding the left bumper to be able to play defense without having to play defense. Your player literally plays defense for you. You do not have to move the analog stick whatsoever. You just have to hold left bumper, and your player will guard the other defender locked down tight just by holding left bumper. I find that absolutely ridiculous compared to NBA 2K's defensive system. 2K can hopefully adopt that arrow system that they have below their feet telling you which direction to go in. And I know you're probably saying, well, isn't it obvious what direction they're trying to go in? Sometimes it might not be. I have nothing super positive to say about the defensive system in NBA 2K, but I don't have anything super negative to say as well. My one flaw with the 2K defense is sometimes you glitch through your opponent and your arms like go through their body and they get past you sometimes. I feel like this has always been a feature in 2K, and I've gotten so used to it, unfortunately, that it doesn't really faze me when it happens because it's just a common occurrence. But it's still a problem, and hopefully 2K fixes that, because if not, defensively the game would be so much better without those weird animations that glitch through you. Ultimately, NBA 2K18 wins the gameplay category. Moving on, let's talk about the game modes. Mind you, these are basketball games, so there's not going to be a whole lot of variety. In 2K18, there's Quick Play, there's My Career, Park, My Team, and My GM. Same thing with NBA Live as well. Those are the 5 core game modes. Quick Play is kind of self-explanatory. My Career is kind of self-explanatory. You build a character, you take them into the NBA. There's non-skippable cutscenes in both games. They also have Park and Pro-Am. NBA Live 18's Park and Pro-Am are kind of one and the same, while NBA 2K18 Pro-Am is an indoor area where you play basketball. Park is a little hub world in 2K18 where you could go to your training facility, you could lift weights. Kind of corny, but it's a cool feature. Let's talk about My GM. You manage your roster, you trade away players, etc. NBA Live is as simple as it gets when it comes to building a dynasty, while NBA 2K18 becomes super extra with their My GM series and adds cutscenes like about every 5 seconds. Luckily, NBA 2K18 also has a My League mode without all the annoying cutscenes. So, lastly, My Team for NBA 2K18, they have pack and playoffs, they have tournament modes, they have challenges, just like NBA Live 18. Unfortunately, EA Sports kind of perfected pack and playoffs in Madden, yet they didn't bring it over to NBA Live. 2K decided, hey, it's the trend, let's do it, let's put it in our game, while NBA Live is lacking that when essentially they're the ones that started it. Finally, let's talk about the last selling point here, and that is the customization. The customization in NBA Live 18 is far more superior than NBA 2K18. The accessories look more realistic on your player. The same can be said about the shoes. Unlike NBA 2K18, which is probably their biggest fault in customization, is the VC. The VC in 2K18 makes it completely unbearable to buy all this other little stuff, get haircuts for your player if you're not spending real money. The 2K community absolutely hates the pay to win aspect of NBA 2K, or just pay to look nice. There isn't any unlockables that you can earn. And NBA Live, however, does this amazingly, where you could earn points to open up packs, which that pack has a random set of objects that you can earn and put on your character. Not only that, but NBA Live also has better haircuts than NBA 2K. A lot of them are colorful, vibrant, and really up to date with what people are rocking, while 2K kind of looking crusty out there in the streets. Did I mention you have to pay for absolutely everything in NBA 2K18? Yeah, that's a pretty huge selling point. So the awards of customization goes to NBA Live 18. So with that said, let's take a look at all 5 categories. I said the presentation was better in Live than in 2K. The graphics and gameplay, better in 2K than in NBA Live. The game modes are pretty much similar, but NBA 2K has a few more options than NBA Live does, while NBA Live has far superior customization when it comes to customizing your player, and also you're not taxed like crazy. So there you have it. Let me know in the comment section below which game you prefer to play, NBA 2K or NBA Live. Both have their advantages and disadvantages, but if you're on a budget like me, NBA Live is $20 cheaper on console, and it's not as much as a pay-to-win game as 2K18. Whichever you prefer, hope you guys have fun playing that said game. Before you go, check out some of these other videos on screen right now. If you like this video, be sure to click the like button. It really helps the channel grow. It gets as many people as possible to watch this video I work super hard on. Share this on any social media and be sure to let the NBA Live developers and 2K developers know about it. Hopefully this video could pick up some traction just like past years. Thank you for watching.